Hi there, guys, and welcome to the Chronicles of Gamers, episode 52. This is a podcast where we like to express our love-hate relationship with video games. I'm, of course, your host, Efocutioner, and unfortunately, man, it's just me. So it's a me, myself, and I episode. Yeah. But to be honest, though, Gamer Composer is still on the journey of trying to develop like the greatest video game music. Last time I spoke to the man, he was chilling under a waterfall in Kentucky, listening to some VGM tracks. And then, of course, Lord Brioche, she's taking care of the kingdom. She had an uprising, so she told me she can't be on. But it's okay though, man. She's alright. The Diamond Cutter is okay. The Bread Slayer is okay. She's just taking care of some business. But anyways, though, welcome to episode 52. And just to let you know, oh, by the way, I've been getting a few messages, and I think I spoke to people. But I have spoke to people. The stream is coming. I finally figured out what's going on with the construction in the building. So I know what time's the stream, what time to do this. And to be honest, mostly the reason I haven't really been streaming that much is because I've been trying to look for a job, and I've been doing the headhunters, all that stuff, and I did interviews, and pretty much if I do get callbacks, no one wants to. I don't know. Trying to find a job is hard, so what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just gonna go back to doing what I was doing before, focusing more on the podcast. So I'm gonna start streaming again. By the time this episode comes out, you have already seen me streaming, but for right now, I'm going to probably do 3 days of streaming. I'm not going to do too long. And then like certain segments are coming back. So yes, Whispers in the Cartridge is coming back for the very, very few of you that actually listen to that. And yes, I will be streaming. I'll mostly be streaming Injustice 2 and Overwatch and a few other games. More about that later on. But anyways, though, now that we got that out the way, thank you guys for asking, by the way, or sending me those messages, those hidden messages. But of course, if you want to message me, you can message me at the Chronicles Gamers Podcast at gmail.com. But we're gonna go straight into it's all about the hype. This is where we like to talk about any industry news, any video game news, any video game related news that just hyped us up or just pissed us the fuck off, man. Because it's all about the hype. 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 So, whew. Gamescom. That happened this week. We realized that Microsoft has a very hard time explaining or just telling us what the hell an Xbox exclusive means. We got some games come out. Shadow of Mordor, Star Wars Battlefront 2. But surprisingly though, Hellblade. What? Hellblade is doing surprisingly well, man, for an indie game. And yes, folks, it is an indie game, but it's doing amazing. And by the way, for those that don't know, the reason I'm calling it an indie game is because Ninja Theory is not a AAA studio. It's not a publishing company or whatever. Ninja Theory is a developer. In fact, it's a second-party developer. When it worked with other publishers, and they have, they were second-party developers. So basically, they were just under contract to work with those publishers, and they got paid to work on the project, and that's it. They weren't under the company. They were just by themselves. So Ninja Theory is just a very, 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 very successful, the developer, like video game developers, and they're able to do multiple games under multiple contracts. And now they're just taking the swing of things and publishing their own game. So at this point, I mean, they're just a really successful indie game studio. And I know for people that think like, well, they're not really indie games. They worked on big games. I'm like, well, you got to also remember, No Man's Sky was also an indie, game studio as well. And they just worked with, Sony. They were a second party, developer. And Sony didn't own them. They just had a contract with Sony. They worked on No Man's Sky. They released it. That's the story of it. And then the same thing with Compulsion Games with, the whole deal with Gearbox. Once again, they're a second party developer. Even though, yes, We Happy Few that's going to be coming out on PS4. I don't know how to feel about that. Technically, even though it's getting treated like a $60 game, it's still technically an indie game. It's just a really, really shitty indie game. But Hellblade and Zuna, really happy about that. Woo! Can't wait. I really need to play that game. But speaking of We Happy Few, because I really don't know how to feel about that. Yo, man, ever since this deal with Gearbox, it's not looking good. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I had to really research this shit. Even Jim Sterling made a video about it while I was researching it. I was like, damn, man, this shit is bad. But if you don't know, We Happy Few is coming out on the PS4 2018. It's a full-size AAA game. And by the way, AAA games and indie games are completely different. There's no AA, there's no A, there's no AB, there's only AAA and indie games, alright? Independent developers and AAA games. There's only the two. There's no AA or A or whatever the fuck people are calling it. I've heard people call it B. Those are the only two options. And I still don't know why we call games AAA. I mean, at this point, is it a battery or a fucking game? But We Happy Few coming out 2018, working with Gearbox. They're the publisher. And as of right now, the price jumped dramatically, doubled from $30 to $60 if you wanted to play the beta. That really sucks for the people that did purchase the game on Steam. It's not entirely sure if they're going to get from what I'm hearing, they should get the base game, but it was just like that price point jumped literally the day they announced. Like, it went from $30 on Steam to $60, or $30 on Xbox Live to $60. But now it's $51 because there's a 15% off deal. People are really pissed about this thing, but I'm going to go into the details of what is included if you were to already purchase. For those who supported the game on Kickstarter, I'm pretty sure you may have gotten the message from Compulsion Games, but if you haven't, and you're just like, oh man, do I have to repay for this shit? This is bullshit. I support this thing. Nah, man, my Kickstarter people, let me tell you what you're getting. And for my Steam people as well. And Xbox people. Pretty much us Sony people are fuck. I mean not fuck, duck. Like, damn it, man. Duck it. For my Kickstarter people, if you are tier 1, you'll get the standard edition, but you will not get the pre-order bonuses. The pre-order bonus is the Jolly Brawly Parasol weapon that you would have gotten. But you would just get the standard edition of the game, nothing else. While tier 2, the backers, you'll get the pre-order bonuses and the season pass along with the game, as of course as well. And then for those who are tier 10 and higher, you guys get the game, the pre-order bonus, and you get the collector's edition as well. I looked at the collector's edition. It's really not even worth fucking talking about. It's really not worth it. I respect the fact that they actually did that, because they really didn't even have to. Oh man, it's just bad, folks. It's just bad. Now, of course, for those who purchased the game on Steam, or those who purchased it on Xbox Live, supposedly you should be able to get the full extent of the game. Like, you'll get the standard edition. It's not entirely sure. All I know is the Kickstarter people, those are what they're guaranteed. But it seems like the Steam people and the Xbox Live people should as well get the standard edition if you bought it before, the whole deal with Gearbox went down. If you're wondering what was planned and what's available now, I can tell you that. So what's available now, if you have the game, or if you are curious about the game or wondering why it went from 30 to 60, so there was 4 islands originally in the game, and then they're gonna add 7. You're gonna be able to play with more characters. So instead of just playing with the one guy, you'll be able to play with 3 different people. You only get like a little bit of the story, like 5 minutes. Now, they're promising like a full full intriguing storyline, so that helps with the single player aspect. There's like maybe 40% of the side quests that they're saying, but you'll be getting a hell of a lot more of encounters and stuff. You're going to get a unique soundtrack while you play. You're going to be able to get more weapons, and right now the game's kind of sandbox, and you're going to be able to have 3 different game modes now when you get it. So you'll be able to have the story mode, sandbox, and Welly. I have no idea what Welly is, but that's what you'll be getting with the $60 version, and the season pass is an extra $20. So for right now, I have no idea what levels are going to be included with the season pass for We Happy Few. That sucks. Hate to see that type of thing happen, but you know, I'm not a fan of it. But I do like the fact that, you know, Compulsion Games wants to, you know, be able to expand the game. But I'm just not happy that, you know, when they were probably speaking to Gearbox was like, look, this is what we want to do. Are you guys okay with it? And they're just like, yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. I'm just not a fan of that. I don't know. I guess I should be happy it's coming to PlayStation, because I really wanted to play this game, but I didn't want to play it on, you know, PC. So yay! We Happy Few, man. It's getting the AAA standard. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between AAA and indie type games. So Hellblade Sushuna, which is the $30 game, you got it, it's done. We Happy Few is getting the AAA sprinkles. So if you ever wonder if a game is like, when people say like, oh, is this like Hellblade Sushuna is a AA game or something like that because of the quality? Nah, man. Hellblade Sushuna is not no AA, it's not no A, it's not no B, it's not no D battery, it's not no Duracell, it's not no Energizer. The only difference between the two is Hellblade Sushuna, which is the game, came out at a relatively easy price for people to purchase and try out and enjoy. And you got We Happy Few that has season passes, which you have no idea is attached to it. And then you got the freaking game that's like $60 when they could have just been $30. Or if they wanted to, they could have just put all that crap in and then charged $60. Like seriously, like you could have just included all the extra content shit. If you want to make a fucking season pass or more levels and stuff, you could do that. Just put it in the 60. The fuck do I know, right? I mean, what the duck do I know? I'm sorry. Man, I tell you. I do want to buy this game, but I'm not going to buy it when it comes out. I'm not supporting this BS, so I'm going to be like, nah. And for those that are wondering, if they're trying to figure out like why I keep saying there's only AAA and you know, independent developers, check the show notes. I got a whole list of examples why that AA, A/B, or whatever the duck you want to call these type of games are. That's not what it's called. Like if there's a publisher, then that's a AAA game. If it's just the developer by themselves, then it's indie game. Like, no offense, We Happy Few technically is an indie game, but it's going through the AAA standard and it's being re-released, so technically it's a AAA game now. And like I said, if you're curious about that stuff, check the show notes. I'm preaching the truth, man. If I'm wrong, you correct me on that. I know people love doing that because I get that from time to time with the hidden messages and stuff. Be like, no, man, you're wrong, but you'll never tell me why I'm wrong. So here, I'll give you my notes. I'll give you my show notes. You take a look. Write to me, tell me what's wrong. Message me at the Chronicles of Gamers Podcast at gmail.com. Or, by the way, you can just write it in the comments, man. Let me know if I'm crazy or not. Anyways, Yakuza 6 is coming out to the West. Oh, yeah. Oh, and by the way, We Happy Few, April 13th, 2018. Yakuza 6, March 20th. Yeah, March 20th, son. March 20th. That shit is real. Yakuza 6. It's the wrap up. I'm not finna tell you what the hell the story is. For those that are wondering about Yakuza and be like, man, I don't see the hype about it. Bruh, you need to play Yakuza 0 or Yakuza Kuwait. Play it now. That game is hype. You get to lay hands on people. You get to throw bows, man. You get to do karate chops and drop kicks and throw trash cans at people. Look, man, you just really need to try this game. It's amazing. Like, at this point, I really don't know how to say it, man. Like, I played that shit on PS2. I can't wait. I still need to get Yakuza Kawaii. But Yakuza 6 coming out March 20th. For those that are looking to get the premium edition, and I know I gotta stop supporting this shit. But for those that are like really hardcore Yakuza fans, they're just like, I want to support this thing because I really want this game to come out more to more to, us, more to the West and stuff. Well, you want it to come to, US. Let me tell you what you need to do. Or at least let me tell you what's in a premium edition. You get the hardcover art book. Hardcover art book. Hardcover art book. You get 2 bar glasses, which they actually look really amazing. They got the dragon logo on it. Like, low key, I would do that. Like, I'm really considering getting this thing. You get 2 ice stones, which should cool down your drinks. So, like, the ice stones are, you put it in the fridge or in the freezer, and then you just come back and then you just, it's like not having to use ice from the last time I've heard. Like, you just put it in your drink and then it just chills your drink and then you can just drink it. And then once you're done, you can just put them bad boys back in the freezer. Then of course you get 2 coasters. And you get the box as well. It's like a nice little outer box for the steel book, the steel cover that you'll get. But this is like freaking hilarious. You get the art book. You get 2 bar glasses, 2 ice stones, and 2 coasters. Pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, they want you to play Yakuza 6 with your friend or significant other. Have a drink. Drink you some sake, some rum. I love me some rum, by the way. Some brandy. Love me some brandy, by the way. Some vodka, some tequila, whatever you need, man. Make yourself a nice little drink. Put that bad boy in the PS4, start playing, and be like, damn. That's what they want you to do with Yakuza 6. So if you want to get that premium edition, which low-key I might just because of the ice stones and the 2 glasses, you better hop up on it March 20th. But because of the success of Yakuza Kawaii and Yakuza 0, Yakuza 2 is getting an HD remix as well. So you're going to get Yakuza Kawaii 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Nah, that's not what it's really called. But Yakuza Kawaii 2 is just basically Yakuza 2, but it's going to go through the remake. So they're basically going to do what they did with the original Yakuza, remake that. Yakuza 2 is going to get remade. Not sure if it's going to be $30 or if they might charge $60, but since they really want the, franchise to do pretty well, they'll probably leave it at $30. Yakuza 6 will probably be $60, and, that be that. But of course, Sega's doing amazing things anyways. You already got Sonic Mania, just beautiful. I still need to play that game, but everyone's loving it. But, everyone's in love with Sega right now. And Yakuza is just adding, the beautiful flames to the fire. We might just see the blue hedgehog appear in Yakuza 6 running around and stuff. Yakuza! Lay them hands. But, of course, since we're speaking about Yakuza and we're speaking about Sega and all that stuff, and we're speaking about companies that I like, I'm going to go to Square Enix. Square Enix! Final Fantasy 15 gets a weird DLC. A free DLC, mind you, type Assassin's Creed level. For my people that are still playing Final Fantasy 15, yeah, that's me too. You get like this Assassin's Creed type crossover, and it's pretty much going to be August 30th. So by the time I put this bad boy out, August 30th, you'll be able to get the Dream. If you have the Dream Egg from the Mogul Chocobo Carnival event, you're going to be gifted with Noxus having an Assassin's Creed outfit. And then from that day on, you'll be able to do the Assassin's Creed Festival. Now, of course, I just figure it'd be like a small, you just run around, maybe a few side missions. But no, there actually is some story and pretty decent amount of detail put into this thing. And it's free. I was like, wow, man, like this looks like it could really be its own standalone DLC. So I'm going to give Square Enix a little bit of a break because they haven't even finished with the DLC that they promised for their season pass, and they're adding this thing, but at least it's free, so I'm gonna give them a break on that. But yeah, for my Assassin's Creed fans that are playing Final Fantasy 15, this is it. This is your time. Better hop up on it. Oh, and also, there doesn't look like there's gonna be a Final Fantasy 15 too, because I know that was also asked during Gamescom as well, and people have been asking. No Final Fantasy 15 2, but as you can see, Square Enix is really keeping that promise of like trying to put more content on for Final Fantasy 15. Like they really want people to continue playing this game. Like the way 15 is starting to look like it, they're trying to make this thing a Grand Theft Auto online, Grand Theft Auto 5 online. And I swear, if Square Enix does this, they might just abandon Final Fantasy 14, and the next Final Fantasy game that they really make, they might just add stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks of like, quality content. But I really feel like they really should have got rid of the season pass. But for my 15 fans, it's looking good in the hood, or at least it's looking good in the hood, the Assassin's Hood. Now that I gave like some praise, I'm gonna throw a little shade. Just a little, just a tad bit. Kotaku, I actually read this on Kotaku. Kotaku was really throwing some shade, or at least talking some smack, talking some BS, when Uncharted 4: The Lost Legacy came out. Cause people have been treating this game like it's a standalone game. And originally it was DLC. And if you didn't know about this, Uncharted 4, if you had bought this last year, during the deluxe edition, you had the option of being able to get the Lost Legacy as DLC. And if you didn't do that, I forgot, let me double check. Cause I had to really double check on this one. So at the time, you could have bought the triple pack and the Explorers pack, both of which were $24.99. Or you could have bought the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition included both of those, and it included the DLC, The Lost Legacy. And then that got taken away after December 13th, 2016. So if you didn't buy it by then, you wouldn't have got it. But if you did buy it by then you would have gotten the game as soon as it came out. It would have been a digital copy, and it would have been yours. And you would have only paid, the game was $60. The deluxe edition was $80. You pretty much would have paid $20 for the Lost Legacy. And instead, it's being charged for $40. Now, for those that did purchase the Lost Legacy and you didn't pre-order, then you missed out on the, let me double check for you. You missed out on the Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy, which included Jaks 1 through 3 and the Jak Racing crap. So, damn. For my Uncharted people out there, myself included, I didn't really take advantage of this, but hey man, Lost Legacy, not DLC, standalone game, just keeping it real. I want you to know, so the next time anyone tells you, oh my gosh, man, this Uncharted game is so amazing, so great, I can't believe it, man, like, they're really trying to take Uncharted and push it to the next level, or, like this standalone, if they try to treat this thing like it's not DLC, I want you to set them straight, man. December 13, 2016. Before December 13, 2016, you could have got that for $20. Ain't that a bitch? I hope that's not a thing too, man. Like, now we have to pay for standalone DLC. Like I said, man, you give these companies an inch, they're gonna take a whole continent. Psh, freaking Naughty Dog. Just keeping it real, though. Uncharted is still not bad. But you know what? Let's talk about something a little bit nicer. Been throwing a lot of shade, man, but talking a lot of smack. Let me be a little bit nice. Director Sean Levy is announcing his big project. We're working with Tom Holland on the Uncharted film. So the Uncharted film looks like it is green light, man. It's good to go. They're ready to go right now. Tom Holland's really excited about it. He's been talking about it. Oh my gosh. I know people were kind of worried about it being in a, maybe like, Indiana Jones clone. I'm kind of a little worried about that because they kind of talk about that. Not looking good. Not looking good on that one. But it's like, if you were hoping for a young Indiana Jones style prequel, Nathan Drake adventure, you're in luck. Cause, that seems what it's gonna be like. Let me tell you the quotes of, my man, aka Sean Levy. I'm gonna tell you the quote. So I met with Tom Holland and he put it really, he put it real successfully. Oh man. Ooh. Sorry. I just loaded it up on the screen and at the lowest, I got like 20 things loading on right now. Sorry about that, but I'm just going to keep going. If we do the origin of Drake, that hasn't been done before. He called it a treasure hunting film with attitude that adds context and you wouldn't get from simply playing the game. It's a Drake chapter that hasn't been told, an Indiana Jones story for a generation that didn't grow up on Indiana Jones. So it seems like what Sean wants to do is he's doing a prequel of Uncharted, which is not a bad thing. I gotta say, that's very interesting. He really wants to just do the prequel where he's just not trying to copy the game and he's not trying to pick and choose which moments he should add into the game, but he's just trying to add more, story to it. So I'm quite curious to see how this prequel Nathan Drake story goes. Man, technically it is an Uncharted film, so yeah. We got that going for us, man. For my Uncharted people, there you go. I just threw one positive and a crap ton of negative. 'Cause that's how I do it for you, man. Anyways, though, we're gonna go straight into Overwatch esports. Oh, by the way, for my fighting game people, Absolute Battle should be starting, if I'm correct. That's pretty much the little fighting game tournament. I know it started yesterday, and I saw the KOF matches. Ooh, man. Ooh, dang. I love me some KOF. Anyways, though, by the time this comes out anyway, the tournament will be over. So, whoops. Anyways, Overwatch. Mercy's new ultimate. My gosh, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this, man, but, I think Mercy might be listening to some R. Kelly, and I think she's really taking it to heart because now her new ultimate has given her some amazing abilities. Originally, she had Resurrect, where she would say, "Heroes never die." And they would not die. They would come back. But sometimes you would use the ultimate at the wrong time, and then you just die again. Like, fucking Mercy. But no, you have Valkyrie, her new ability, and it makes Mercy go Super Saiyan. Well, not really Super Saiyan. She just goes like in a hyper advanced version of herself, and she sparkles. I'm not saying that's Super Saiyan, but what the fuck do I know, right? Anyways, though, it gives her her Mercy Valkyrie suit enhancing weapons and abilities for 20 seconds, which means Mercy really becomes the Angel of Healing until the Angel of Death. Unless you have the Witch Mercy skin, then she just goes from being a witch to an Angel of Death. So, which is really glad I have that skin. Anyways, though, her healing staff actually increases her healing. Well, her Candela staff. I always have a hard time pronouncing that. I'm just gonna call it the staff. Anyways, her staff improves her healing and improves damage boost. But what's beautiful about it is it's pretty much like Orisa, where she drops her ultimate, and if you're around her, you pretty much all get like power increase, strength increase. So pretty much whenever she uses her staff and you're around her, you can pretty much all get healed. And if she wants, she can also do the damage boost, which is like fucking huge. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Yo, man, people are already getting killed in PTR online on Steam, getting killed by Mercy's ability. My goodness, it's real. But with the stab, if you're around her, you get the damage or you get the healing boost. That is fucking huge as a Mercy player because you don't need to focus on one, you can focus on many. Then she also has her gun, her Candela's blaster. It grants her infinite ammo, while it also increases the damage and fire rate. And the weapon's already pretty good to begin with already. I don't use it a lot because I'm mostly healing and trying to, help other people out. But when I do it, it's actually pretty damn strong and it's very easy to get headshots with it. So the fact that you don't have to worry about reloading and the fire rate is hugely increased. Like, oh my gosh. And the damage is like, yo, Angel of Death, ladies and gentlemen. I've actually seen a video where where Anna nano boost Mercy. Mercy went straight into her ultimate and she flew. Like she was playing R. Kelly in her headphones. She was like, I believe I can fly. And then she was just like, pa, 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 pa. So man, that's gonna be freaking beautiful. Then, because of this, she no longer has the double ability. So she doesn't have like a multi resurrection ability. But the beautiful thing is now is, she can be able to resurrect people without, waiting for an ultimate, but she can only resurrect one person. But lucky for you guys, in her amazing Valkyrie, aka Super Saiyan, aka not Super Saiyan mode, she can actually resurrect more people a lot more quickly. So instead of the cooldown being 20 seconds for one resurrect, it's actually 10 seconds for one resurrect. So if you see a teammate get down, you can just be like, get your ass up. And then 10 seconds later, if you're just like, hey man, I just got down again, get the fuck up, man. Come help me out. Come save my life. And then, of course, I already talked about Mercy flying around, but I'm curious to see how her flying around is going to be in her, Witch Mercy skin. Like, is she really going to be on that broom just like, my pretties? And then, of course, while she's in her, Valkyrie form, she no longer gets interrupted from, damage attacks. So, like, say if you're, as a Mercy player, when you shoot at people, you do get hit and what you're doing kind of stops. Or the worst thing is like when you resurrect people and you fucking get hit by a bullet. That could actually end the whole animation. Not anymore, man. You take damage, man. That just bounces off you. You'd be like, ha, this tickles. I mean, of course you still take damage, but it doesn't stop you from what you're doing. And I believe you get some health back, in your Valkyrie mode as well. You do get some help. I mean, from what I've been hearing, you get some health back. So that's not too bad. It's not too bad. But yo, man, Mercy is looking amazing. Like, everyone is talking about they want to be a Mercy main now. Although I want people to remember though, Mercy technically is a healer for folks. She's not a shooter. Just because she has a gun doesn't mean you should use it. Your number one job as Mercy is to fucking heal and to assist other people. I tell you this, man. As a Mercy player, I am happy as fuck when other people get player of the game. And when I see their player of the game cam, you just see me nano boost, like, giving them that damage boost, man. Like, my damage boost is literally on them and they're just getting kills. And they're just thinking like, damn, I'm the shit. And I'm like, damn, yo ass would have died without me. I should get player of the game, but I'll let you have it. That's what it means to be a Mercy, man. Well, it gives me a reason to replay Mercy again, because I was more on Lucio, and I was just, I really like using Lucio's running around ability. Plus, I like being the DJ, but, now I can hop on Mercy again, and, give Lucio a little break. So I'm really excited about that. Man, heroes never die, because the Angel of Death is coming. That should be Mercy's new name. Shouldn't even be Mercy no more. It should just be Angel of Death. And last but not least, folks, before I wrap it up with this all about the hype and talking about the wonderful Mercy that we should all be receiving, Nintendo should be giving us some freaking mercy with these SNES classics. My gosh, man. What the fuck? I mean, what the duck? Damn, y'all getting this. Man, these companies got me cursing, man. But Nintendo, these SNES classics, bruh, who in their right mind says the pre-order time for 2 something in the morning? Freaking Walmart and Best Buy? Seriously, man. Like Amazon, 4:45 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, of course. Who the fuck is up? I wasn't even up. And then that shit was gone at 6:30. Walmart was actually at 11:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, I would have never paid attention to that shit. It's 11. It's almost, what the fuck? But then that quickly disappeared. Like 12:14 a.m. But then it came back. Oh no, well this is all July. No, yeah, that was July. But who the fuck would have been up at that time? Best Buy, August 22nd, they had it at 1:20 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, and then it ended at 1:36 in the morning. Who the fuck is up? And then GameStop is talking about they're doing pre-orders, but they're doing pre-orders in the store. And bro, there were people waiting in line for this freaking thing, man. I'm telling you, this shit is ridiculous. This is how crazy it is, man. Let me pull up the notes. There is this Tiding bot, and this Tiding bot is $110, folks. But this bot will get you in first to be able to pre-order SNES classics online. And yes, people have been buying this bot like crazy and getting multiple pre-orders for SNESs. People have been doing it for the Amazon, the Best Buy, the Walmart. It's gotten to the point where Polygon actually reported on it and asked these companies, like, so what are you going to do about these bots that people pay for to get the SNES classics that everybody wants? By the way, this bot had been around during the NES Classic era, and this is how people were able to get like multiple NES classics. This is what people are doing again for the SNES, and so far, Walmart hasn't been able to do anything about it. Amazon's like, I don't know, man. Pretty much everyone is like, I have no idea what to do. I think GameStop has probably been the smartest, where it's just like, look, man, we're not doing no online pre-orders. You got to go to the store. You got to go to the store, and good luck. But it's getting to the point where I actually seen one person, and this is where I got the idea from. I remember telling Gamer Composer while he was under the waterfall trying to discover the beauty of music. But I was telling him, like, I'm really surprised, because I've seen people online. I'm really surprised there aren't people that'll just stand in line and be like, hey, if you want to get ahead of me, give me some money. Just think about it. Say if you were that first guy, that first person in line, waiting there for GameStop to be able to pre-order SNES Classic, and then there's like this other person ahead of you. Like, let's say like 20 minutes later, there's like this huge line and stuff like that. Now let's say the fifth guy in back of you is thinking, like, he's worried, like, oh shit, I don't know if I can get this pre-order. What if you were to be like, hey man, I'll give me $50 and you can, take my place in line. I'll move to the back. Like, I'm surprised people don't do that. Be like, oh man, just give me some money and I'll just move my spot. Like, that'd be huge, man. Like, even the guy behind me might be able to do something like that. But of course, I'm just being greedy thinking about that. Not as greedy as like scalpers and stuff like that. Because people have purchased the pre-order, and on eBay, people are doing $200 to $500 on freaking pre-orders to be able to get yourself an SNES Classic. And it's getting to the point where you just have to ask yourself, Nintendo, what the fuck are you doing? What the duck are you doing, man? People really want these things. Why are you creating all this drama for us? Man, at this point, I swear the SNES Classic is going to get on the same level as freaking Jordans. The first person that dies from trying to get an SNES Classic, I'm calling them Jordans. Because I've seen people get killed for some Jordans. And I've heard people got killed for some Jordans. And I guarantee the first person who dies from, someone kills them for the SNES Classic, I'm gonna be like, well, congratulations. You are now on Jordan status. People are killing for your shit. Is that what you want? Whatever, I'm done. Man, fuck this. Duck this. Man. That's it for It's All About the Hype. I put my 2 cents in. Just really sad to see all this. Man, it's so hard to be a gamer nowadays. You would think this would be like something Nintendo would multi-release. You would think these companies would be a little bit nicer to us. They talk about we should all be loyal to them and crap. Yet we ain't showing no loyalty our way. Man, people don't want to support us no more. Bitch, because we don't want to support you because you ain't supporting us. What type of bullshit is it? Charging us for DLC, charging double the price for DLC. Fucking sign with a publisher, go from $30 to $60. Got fucking season passes that you don't even know what the fuck is in them. You just want the money anyways. Damn it, man. Get tired of this shit, but I'm done. Anyways, I'm gonna take a small break, and when we come back, we're gonna go into the next topic. So, stay tuned. Hi there, guys. Welcome back. Now we're going into true story. This is where we I keep saying we. I'm sorry, man. It's just like I miss you guys. I miss you, Game Composer. I miss you, Lord Brioche. But you know what it is? It's me basically bragging about some video game shit that I did. Of course, you can also brag about some amazing or crazy stuff that happened to you while playing a freaking video game by emailing us at the Chronicles of Gamers Podcast at gmail.com. And I keep saying us instead of me because the other two are not here. Damn it. Anyways, though, so I got a true story. I actually got a few, but I'm just going to mention the two. No, the one. So I got a true story. On Monday, I went to Ignite Network. It's pretty much like this arcade place that we have in Chicago. I went there, pretty much went for the fighting game tournament. Wasn't really expecting to entering. I was just really expecting some casuals. It was pretty much like a Street Fighter, King of Fighters tournament. And I didn't know about that. Anyways, while I was there, I got to see some old friends and stuff like that. People I haven't seen in a while. I want to give shout out to names, but I'm not too sure if they want me to. So just in this case, until they tell me otherwise, I'll just keep their names out their mouths. But anyways, though, so I got there, ended up competing in the King of Fighters 14 tournament, and I got bodied. Really disappointed in myself on that one. I got bodied. I should have. Anyways, that's not the true story. So after getting bodied, and I was a little sad and a little frustrated, I was watching the rest of the tournament, but then once it got close to, it was at losers finals, I kind of just sat down and someone had their console set up. And since I saw their console and their stick, I moved the stick out the way because I was trying to watch the tournament. And believe it or not, he had the PlayStation screen up, and on the PlayStation screen, he had his fighting games and stuff like that. But to the right of it, he had Until Dawn. And someone was like, "Oh man, you trying to play Until Dawn?" I'm like, "No, I've never played Until Dawn." And it's like, "Really? You never played it? Like, do you not have the game?" I was like, "No, I downloaded the game when it was free on PlayStation Plus. Shout out to PlayStation." But yeah, I downloaded, but I didn't play it. And they were just like, "Man, you should try this game. It's actually pretty amazing." So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just try it." So I took the arcade stick that was plugged into it, put it in my lap, start the game. Next thing you know, I see what the guy did, and I asked him like, "Hey, you don't mind if I play this though, right?" He's like, "Cause I know this will mess up your story." He's like, "Yeah, it's like, it's cool." And I was like, "Man, I appreciate that." Cause most people wouldn't do that. And I was going to start a new game, but when he said, continue, I was like, all right, I'll continue. So, and plus he was kind of curious to see how the hell can you play on an arcade stick. Now, of course, I'm using the Mad Catz TE2 Plus. Shout out to Mad Catz. I know they're gone. RIP. But your products are still being used in the fighting game community. So I'm using this TE2 and I'm playing Until Dawn, and I'm playing on the arcade stick, and it was just like one of those crazy and weird things. So, as I'm playing the game, I'm getting excited, and I get to this part where one of the guys gets his hand trapped in this like bear trap, and I had the option to pretty much try to remove the bear trap or cut off my fingers. Now during that time there was a small cutscene where you could see someone moving in the background, and I had a machete. So I was thinking to myself, like, man, if I try to remove this thing, they might be able to attack me because I'm putting all my time and energy into really opening this trap. So I was like, I'm just gonna cut off my fingers. So I cut off my fingers and stuff. And next thing you know, I'm looking behind me and people were looking like, what are you doing, Afo? Why are you cutting off your fingers? It's like, you didn't even try to open the trap. I was like, bro, there's someone behind me, man. I ain't got time for that. And I was like, there's medical equipment right to the right of me. I'll just cut off my fingers and then I'll just, put it in the ice box, where my Xbox used to be. Or I'll put it in the ice box where my heart used to be. And then I'd peel up and wrap up my hand and be done. I was like, people were just like, oh my gosh, can't believe you did that. And then I get to another part where, I'm playing as this guy and girl. We're out in the woods. We're trying to get in this house, but we can't get in. So we're going through the forest and shit. And next thing you know, there's like a bunch of like ducking deer coming after us, and they push us close to the cliff. And I end up looking at this totem that showed that one of my characters was gonna fall off the cliff and stuff like that. And people were like, oh my god, what are you doing, man? You're putting yourself close to the cliff. You know you're gonna die and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, I got this, man. These kids are going to college. I was like, you know what? I promise I'm gonna keep all these kids alive. And they were all gonna go to college and be somebody. Maybe like governors or presidents, because goodness knows we need it now. Anyways, though, but it was just like the more I kept playing this game on the arcade stick, and the more people just came to watch, and they were just watching me play, and they were just like, "Oh my gosh, it's so fucking crazy!" I managed to managed to save my 2 people from the deer. Then I was being chased. I played as this one chick, which I didn't know the chick from Heroes was in it, and I was doing this one cutscene where like the killer was trying to catch me and try to kill me, and I'm running as the chick, and I'm running on the arcade stick doing the fast action controls, and I was like, man, this is actually pretty fucking easy. Like, this is a hell of a lot more easier and shit playing on an arcade stick than on the fucking pad. I was like, man, I got more, my reactions are quicker and shit. And it's just like, and everyone's watching, they're just like, wait, Fusa, why are you running? Like, wait, why'd you hide? Although one of my characters did die, but that's not my fault, man. Alright, because, I'm just saying, one of my characters died, but that wasn't my fault. One of my characters, or whatever. The whole point of the story is, I was just like, true story. I managed to get a crowd of people just watching me play Until Dawn, and I was really surprised by that. And everyone was really surprised, like, because they had no idea you could play Until Dawn on an arcade stick. So, that was just hilarious. Like, I had people stopping freaking playing Overwatch and Dota 2, and they were looking at me play. That's the most surprising shit. If you ever get a Dota 2 player who pay for computer time online to stop playing to watch what the fuck you're doing, you're doing something right. True story. So Until Dawn is gonna be added onto the stream when I start streaming. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I could talk about how I got my ass kicked in Kingdom Fighters 14, but come on, man. Don't make me relive the moment. Alright, folks. I was gonna do a commercial break, but nah. Because I only got the 2 topics. So, of course, it's that time for us to, wrap things up. But before we say goodbye, you already know what time it is. And Lord Brioche isn't here to stop me. Ha ha ha. It's time for selfless plugins. Go. So, of course, the Chronicles of Gamers, the Chronicles Gamers, Chronicles Gamers, Chronicles Gamers, Chronicles Gamers. What did I say again? The Chronicles of Gamers. Damn. I did not plan that. But yeah, you can follow us on Facebook, the Chronicles of Gamers. You can follow us on YouTube, Chronicles of Gamers. You can follow us on VidMe, Chronicles of Gamers. VidMe, I love you! Y'all are so supportive as fuck. YouTube, you're actually getting supportive too, man. So I know you guys been clicking that link. Of course, shout out to SoundCloud. I know it's disappearing, but I'm gonna keep uploading until that shit is dead. And then I'll let you know where I'm moving to. But of course, you listen to us on iTunes as well. You can listen to us on Stitcher. And of course, if you have any topics for It's All About the Hype, or, you know, it's all true story or whatever, you just want to say hi or talk to me or talk shit or let me know how I'm doing, which y'all usually do, I'm going to say it one more time for the people. The Chronicles of Gamers podcast at gmail.com. One more time. Let me say it one more time. Let me get ready. Hold on. Goofy. I gotta say it one more time. Goofy, where the hammer at? Give me the hammer. Goofy, give me the hammer. Give me the hammer, Goofy. Yo, I'm laying the hammer. The Chronicles of Gamers podcast at gmail.com. Message us. Let us know what you think, what you enjoy, what you like. For my SoundCloud people, you probably don't see me with the hammer. You probably don't see me with Goofy. I'm fortunate for that, but you should also watch the video. For those that don't, or for those that watch the video, you should actually listen to the freaking SoundCloud, because I actually do some amazing shit on there too. I try to keep the audio and the video entertaining as both, so if you watch both, you might be surprised. True story. Anyways, though, man, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry that I don't have an indie radar, and I'm sorry I don't have a sound test. I really don't know what to say on that. I still can't find my 360 controller, so it's hard for me to play indie games on the computer, and that's the best place for me to play indie games anyways. I kind of need a controller, because I'm not a PC person. I don't like the keyboard and mouse. And also for sound test, it's... Now that I'm bringing back Whispers, I will have some, you know, eventually. But besides that, that's pretty much it, though. Yeah, laying the hammer down. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. We, being Goofy, are out of here. So, stay lit.